Now, the stunned Eagles would again then pick themselves up from the dirt as they have multiple times throughout the season and really put together some strong scoring drives to try and get themselves back in the game and answer back to the Mavericks in this one, for example. And the Eagles would tally 22 total points in the final two quarters. Again, they fell in the contest 38-22. So let's take a dive into the stats in this one and take a look for CSC. 280 yards of total offense, 200 of those coming through the air, 80 on the ground. Penalties really set back the Eagles, 8 penalties for 93 yards, but right alongside Colorado Mesa's, they had 8 penalties for 71 yards. Now, looking at the third down and fourth down conversions, not a very good average, 5 for 15. I mean, that's 33%, but kind of a bit of a struggle moving the ball on third downs. Now, looking at fourth down, 0 for 2 on fourth down. The Eagles like to go for it on fourth down. They really have some good offensive looks on fourth down and can convert most of the time, especially around that midfield area. If they're within the 40-yard line on the side where they're going for the touchdown, that's really where they're finding the success is just past midfield onto the opponent's side of the field, and it's where they usually convert on those. So after touching on the team stats, let's take a look at the players of the game for CSC. Quarterback who hasn't seen a lot of playing time recently with Preston Pearson being on the field. Mason Hamilton got in that one for some significant time, 12 for 22 with his completions, 162 yards and an interception. In the contest, there are 3 different quarterbacks used for CSC. So Preston Pearson, obviously being the starter in that one, he ended up having the 3 interceptions right out of the half. And so Eagles went back to the drawing board, changed it up. Mason Hamilton came in and executed when the Eagles needed, and found the target, Brody Roden, who that'll lead me into the next offensive player star of the game. Brody Roden, 5 receptions, 72 yards, and 1 touchdown. So arguably the target there, which hadn't heard much about Brody Roden being the main target, as Tommy Thomas has kind of been the go-to guy for Chadron, but kind of mixing it up this week and going with Brody Roden. Again, 5 receptions, 72 yards, and a touchdown on his line against the Mavericks. Now, flipping over to the defense, many standouts. I chose Logan O'Brien. He sat atop 10 total tackles, 1.5 tackle for loss. So really a well-rounded defensive unit are the Eagles this season. So that's really where their strong suit comes through. And whenever Preston Pearson or Mason Hamilton are on their games, the Eagles can really put up a good fight against any of the RMAC opponents that they face.